Lunchbox's wife's car was broken into. Was it outside your house?
Yeah, outside the house on the street, and she went out, and everything in the console was thrown everywhere. And luckily, nothing was stolen that she knows of. But yeah, it was just rummaged through.
Did she leave her door unlocked, or did they bust in?
No, she left the door unlocked.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They just go around checking on doors.
Which is cool because, like, they're not breaking windows.
I agree.
Because that happened to us, and I was kind of happy they didn't break a window. Mad that my wife left the door unlocked. But
Me too.
I've had the window broken, and you go up and you're like, what? Oh, no. And then you look in. I've had the house broken into and the window broken, and you're like, why is my window? When this happens, like Lunchbox's situation, or even like when I had my house broken into, you're confused for a minute. Because you're going, why did I have the glove box open with all the, and then, and then it's like you feel so violated.
That's exactly what she called me. She goes, oh my gosh, I feel uncomfortable. And I was like, what? And she goes, the car got broken into. And I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, well, I think I left the door unlocked because the console was gone through and everything in the glove box was thrown on the passenger side floorboard. She goes, and it was a mess in here. And I was like, did the kids get in the car? And then she realized, no, we got broken into. And she feels unsafe now.
Would you call that broken into?
Yeah.
Nothing was broken.
Right.
But they didn't break in. They opened the door.
They let themselves in. Like, I don't know.
They let themselves in.
Yeah. Like,
and they went through stuff they shouldn't have, but I think they let themselves in.
Yeah, I don't know if you consider that broken into either because you left the door open, but it doesn't give them the right to open it.
Exactly.
But you can be violated, but they let themselves in.
Is there a law against opening an unlocked door?
Yes.
I think
there's probably a law against going through somebody's stuff, but if you just walk around and open people's doors, I don't think that's against the law.
Yeah. Yes, it is.
Just to open a door of somebody's car.
Yes.
If you don't go in, I think you can open doors all day.
Yeah, because what if it's a funny prank? You just walk down the street and you open a bunch of doors.
Okay.
What if you just open the door and sit in the car, but don't go in the glove box? I also don't think it's illegal.
But that's opening and entering.
Now we're all making up terms for
opening and entering.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah.
And they were just looking for something to steal.
Mm-hmm.
I assume they were probably looking for money or the D word or
guns.
The D word.
Drugs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pills.
I remember, again, I got home because I've had my car busted into and I've had my house busted into. And when I walked into my house was busted into, the back window was completely busted open. This is not where I live now. And again, I was confused. I'm like, did a bird fly into it? And then I see a hammer that they dropped and left. Like idiots.
That's terrible.
They left a hammer. And I'm like, is somebody working on the house? And then I'm like, oh no. And then I started to look around and I see stuff gone.
Terrible feeling.
Terrible feeling. But still, it didn't set in yet. Because I'm like, that's so bizarre. And then my dog was upstairs because I kept him upstairs when I was gone. And I was like, oh, I hope they didn't steal the dog. And I go up and he was up there. So I was like, oh, cool. But then we had the hammer. We gave it to the cops. They knew it was an inside job. They knew I was at work, and they knew where I was playing a lot of poker at the time. They knew where my cash was. They went right to it, stole that, stole a PlayStation, which had my DVD of me skydiving.
Oh, it's gone.
You guys would have been so impressed. It was the coolest. It was the coolest. Yeah, but that stinks. Is she traumatized by it? Is she worried now?
No, she's not too traumatized. I'm just like, hey, when you're getting out of the car, let's try to hit that lock button. She's like, hey, I was in a hurry. And so, hey, we're just going to be more vigilant about locking our doors.
What I would worry about, though, is if they took pictures of like the bills or anything in there because they have her numbers and information, they steal her identity.
Oh.
I mean, I will say when it happened to us, we looked at the cameras and they were in there for like 20 minutes, looking through everything.
Oh, I don't have cameras.
Yeah,
I have cameras. I have cameras. I just didn't see them.
I would just watch your accounts and stuff. Like whatever was in the car, look and see what information was on that, what they could possibly use that for.
I never thought about that, man.
Well, maybe you don't tell her.
I'm not going to tell her that.
Keep that,
Yeah, that's private, man.
But you could still look and see.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it, man. She's going to be opening accounts in Nigeria.
There you go. And if that happens, you know.
That it was all those
That was
people
all
that were
them.
walking down my street.
It's about